to learn why everyone's bad at it. But yeah, there we go. Okay, any other questions? That's a very hard question to answer. But...
When you have a lead and you try to transition it and you can't, what do you do? Like, your teammates don't help you to transition your lead.
You can.
The entire map.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can always transition your lead. Now, when it's like your teammates don't help you, okay, maybe you do a good play and your team don't follow up, and that's unfair, but that's life, okay? Sometimes your team will just not follow up with you when you do a good engage, and then you'll int, and you'll look stupid, and you'll lose your advantage, and then everyone will flame you, even though you didn't do anything wrong, okay? That's, okay, firstly, that part is life. Just you have to deal with it, you have no choice. But you have to also be able to differentiate those situations from the situations when you actually did an engage and they didn't follow up for the right reasons, okay? They didn't attempt to translate your lead for the correct reasons. Again, sometimes it happens. You've got to be forceful, you've got to play on your item spikes very hard. When you're transitioning your lead, you've got to look for spikes, look for specific level spikes and item spikes where you're just unimaginably strong. Most top laners have a specific item or set of items and set of levels and combination of stats where they become really, really monstrous for a small period of the game. Really, really hard to deal with. And those are when you've got to try and transition your advantage, because at those moments no one can stand up for you. You've got to identify those moments in the game where no one can stand up for you and just milk them for all they're worth, and just run through people and fight anything you can at those points. Okay. But yeah, generally side lane, get really, really strong, then rotate and go team fight with your team. It's the most consistent way to transition your lead and carry those team fights.
Expanding on what you just said about knowing when your champion becomes really, really strong, I mean, how do you figure that out? Is it just limit testing?
I mean, it's a mixture of both, like, limit testing, like, experience, yeah, of course, but also, like, as you understand items and the game and the champion, and you read about the champion, you study the champion, you study players who are better than you, you get, like, a feel for it, right? So, like, Aatrox 2 items is one of the biggest top lane item spikes in the game right now. Like, Eclipse Cleaver is generally his most common item spike. Sometimes Eclipse Death Stance, depending on the game. But most commonly Eclipse Cleaver, right? These 2 items, Eclipse Black Cleaver, even most 2-man duos struggle to stand up to Aatrox, okay? I mean, you can think of more. You can run through all the top laners, right? You can run through all the top laners and figure out when when they have for Darius, I think it's probably 2 items, maybe 3 items. What are some other top lanes? I'll tell you when this. Like Camille, it's 1 item generally. Divine Sunder, Camille. What top lanes do some of you guys play? And I'll tell you probably their most notable spike. That. Okay. Well, those are very different.
Darius.
Set. Okay, Set's actually really hard because he goes like a million different builds. But if you're playing traditional Stride Breaker Set, I'd say probably 2-3 items. Darius probably 2-3 items. Sejuani probably like 1 item. Honestly, it's probably when Sejuani's strongest, and you need to be like skirmishing a lot. Definitely falls off after 2 items. Kled is like set like for lots of different builds, but probably Kled like 1 item is like particularly if you're playing like Eclipse Kled. But most of Kled's 1 item spikes are utterly unbelievable. Someone said Gangplank in the chat is like 3 items.
How about Jackson Trend?
Jack spikes at 1 item and then probably again, well, at 2 items if he's gone Frozen Heart and it's a good Frozen Heart angle. Otherwise, like 3 items. Tryndamere is like 3 items.
Aurelia and Jax top.
Aurelia's 1 item. Aurelia bought lol. Aurelia's fucking Vamp Scepter. That's the meme. Anyway, okay, Mordecai. I mean, guys, there's you get kind of like Mordecai's probably like 2 items, like right or something. Okay, guys, I'm not doing every top player in the game. Okay, I'm gonna get a couple of questions in this chat quickly. Like I said, I would. Someone said, "What's the best trap counter for Anathema's chains on champions like Trend?" Honestly, if you're getting Anathema chained, and Tryndamere, you're probably doing a pretty good job in the game. You shouldn't be focusing the Anathema target for sure. Like, unless you mean you're in the side lane and your enemy top lane has built Anathemas, in which case, it's just the same situation as any situation where you can't kill your lane opponent. You've got to figure out ways to get a lead, right? You've got to go around, steal jungle camps, rotate quickly, push the lane, and when they're clearing the wave, you can go like pull off a flank, set up a team fight, bait them into thinking you're elsewhere, and then suddenly push the tower very quickly when they're not there. These are all sorts of things. Best champ for carrying, I mean, you can't answer who's the best champion for carrying. Not top planers generally. I'm not the hardest carry champions, but Riven, Aurelia, Camille, Bruisers is the broad answer. When you say collect the wave, then group, would you push the wave past mid lane or collect the wave at its turret? Oh, like push it past the midpoint generally is what I mean. Yeah, I get what you mean now. Yeah, push the wave like close to the enemy tower or into the enemy tower if you're fortunate, you have the chance, and then do that. I think someone else asked me a question in the other chat. Is Tahm Kench still worth it? No, Tahm Kench is a terrible champion right now. Do not play in the top lane. Very, very bad. There are better versions of Tahm Kench. Like Mundo is a stronger version of Tahm Kench, and Mundo is a bad champion. So that kind of puts in perspective how bad Tahm Kench is right now.
As a top coach, do you recommend any like select few champions or like any champion of different like styles? Like, do you have one bruiser that you recommend, one whatever, or is there? Like,
I don't really like to recommend specific champions. Say, hey, you should play this to climb to get better. Because I think really people should really play what is fun no matter what. I prefer to recommend champions that you shouldn't play, right? If you're new, you should not be playing Gangplank. And if you are playing Gangplank, you should be playing the easier Gangplank build, not the, oh my god, TikTok clip Prowler Claw Essence Reaver Gangplank that's like a million times harder to play. Don't play Gangplank, don't play Aurelia if you're new to top, okay? Now, even then, if you truly love Aurelia, then go nuts, go play her, okay? Honestly. But there are champions that you definitely need to play. Fucking the basic champions like Garen, Malphite. Set is fairly easy, a little bit more difficult than those two. Nasus is super, super easy. Super, super straightforward and strong. Nasus is getting buffed next patch, by the way. I think Nasus is going to be a really good champion for low elo.
Yeah, I already perma-banned Nasus. And
he's a good champ. He's getting buffed next patch, yeah, so...
Do we know what the buff is?
I can probably look later. It'll probably be up tonight. I might be able to go through the changes tonight, actually, for a couple of champions. It's a very small patch, so it's not going to be very, very interesting. But, yeah. Anyway,
I got here a little late. What do you think of Pension mid lane?
Like, objectively awful.
Really? Okay.
Awful in like 10 different ways. Yeah, it's like so bad, it's unreal.
No, I'm only like silver gold elo. I just find like a lot of mages run out of mana before they even having.
Yeah, I mean maybe in silver gold, but like even so, like it's not. You get out. You can't do many proactive plays, and you get outscaled, which is generally not a position you want to be in, where you can't do anything and you can't scale. It's generally not a good situation to put yourself in.
Valid point. I just love the champ. He's so much fun.
Yeah, me too. What was I saying? Okay, we'll do a couple more questions. I think we should get into VOD review early today. Let's get into VOD review some early. I don't know if you guys prefer VOD review or Q&A.
You want to watch my live game?
No.
Tragic.
I don't. I hate live game analysis. I know a lot of you guys watch Nisa's live game analysis. Maybe I will do some later in the week, because, we'll get bored of VOD review and it'll be fun to like shout at someone and make them like piss their pants while they're playing the game. But generally speaking, I don't think live game is the most efficient way to learn. So I don't do too much live game coaching. We mostly do VOD review coaching because it's simply more efficient and more productive. But yeah. Okay, I'll do like one more question. Anyone got one more question? Then we'll do some VOD reviews.
Favorite champion to play?
Well, my favorite champion to play is Warwick. This champion is so fun, it's unreal, and it's so piss broken. My advice for the past year of coaching has been like, if you want to climb for free, just go learn to play Warwick. It's the most broken champion on the planet, and it's so fun, and it's so easy once you get past the basics. A champion is so fucking funny. I keep getting on all these clip channels on like YouTube and TikTok and shit, because I just make stupid fucking plays on that champion. They always work out.
So many
like-
wargs have killed me in silver. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the champion's disgusting. Don't even feel bad if you get solo killed by Warwick. That champion is fucking vile.
I have a question.
Okay, last one. Actually, last one.
Okay. Level 1 in top lane. I get sometimes confused. Should I out attack minion 2 times or let the enemy do it, or should I slow push from there? It's weird level 1.
It's a good question. We'll talk a lot about that in some VOD reviews. Best to talk about some VOD reviews. But generally, I really like level 1
Okay, cool.
proactivity. Now, a lot of you guys will play aggressive champions, lane bullies. I'm sure a lot of you guys play lane bullies. One thing I really like to stress to top laners is level 1 proactivity is crazy. Like, being able to bush cheese people is crazy. Like, I'm sure some of you guys play Darius, or Set, or fucking Trundle, or Warwick, or fucking God knows who. These champions with, like, ungodly strong level 1s.
The
I never
Urgot
see
cheese
any of
level 1 is ridiculous.
Urgot, yeah, Urgot's very
Low
strong.
level.
I hate fucking
Fiora,
Urgot, holy
yeah, someone
shit.
said Fiora. Yeah, these are all valid answers. Like, level 1 cheesy on these champions, like, doing stuff like that is so broken, and I'll teach you guys to do it well. Like, teach you to do it effectively. Anyway, let's do a VOD. We'll try something interesting. Okay, how are we going to choose who to do? Should we do a spinner? We don't have that many people. I could probably do a spinner. Do you guys have VODs?
Yeah,
Who has
I have a VOD ready in like 5-10 minutes when this game is over, but the way it was done yesterday was that he just chose a random number and then he went through the channel and picked a VOD from that number.
I am going to do a spinner, because spinners are fun, okay? Because spinners are fun.
Spin drop.
I'm going to screen share. Hang on, I'll screen share. Everyone get in, and if you want to be on the thing... Can you guys see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
This is a tier list I was doing, ignore this. This is a tier list of every streamer and what I thought of them. I don't know if you guys have any takes on this, but I'll do that later. Spinner. Spinner wheel. Okay, this is going to take a while to put everyone's name in, but hey. Alright, who... Put your name in chat, in top lane chat, if you want to be put on the spinner. Only if you have a VOD, I will say. Zar not early.
Yeah, don't have a VOD.
Does a replay not count?
I'll do replays too.
Oh.
Yeah. Like Ruffle Files. Thick Yeti, great. This is not going to take that long. This is not that bad. Cat. Fires. Miss Shutio. Angry Bambi. Who the fuck is Harry? That's you. Harry, is Harry still here? Is that everyone?
Oh, no, that's not my account. But he is in the bootcamp.
Is that everyone who wants to be reviewed? Anyone else? Alex Jones. Do I actually have to add Rodri Alex Jones? Jesus. What a day. Okay, is that everyone? And we'll do a little bit of a spin. We'll do a little rotate, okay?
If you don't want to say Alex Jones, just say Kilsick.
I don't care, dude. I'm just fucking with you. Okay, let's go. Who is it? Oh, okay. Sorry, cat. Whoever you are. You were close, not quite. Who is Vampirix? Who is that? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Wow. Great. Do you have a VOD? You're very quiet. You might need to turn you on. Let me turn you up so I can hear you better. Okay, do you have a VOD? Like, is it in VOD channel? Okay, yeah, it's a YouTube banner. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it here.
Okay. Gotcha. Can you guys all see this? Okay then. We will get into this VOD now. Oh my god, that's deafeningly loud. Oh, Yorick. Okay, Yorick's actually a pretty good champion right now. I really like lethality Yorick a lot.
I'm called to pick Maya. Really either unsure about or where I knew I definitely did something wrong, but don't know exactly how to fix it.
So I look at these runes.
Yes,
Where was
here,
it?
I was thinking of going Ignite, but I saw we have 3 Ignites.
Don't worry too much about that. Ignite is still good if you have 3 Ignites. I generally recommend...
Yeah, but later in the lane, I did not kill because I didn't have Ignite.
Yeah, I think Ignite is good.
Also,
I think Ignite is good.
gave up the play.
I think most of you guys should probably be taking Ignite on most of your champions, okay? I will say that. I think generally speaking going Adaptive Force, double Adaptive rather than attack speed is generally better. Okay. Yorick has really good scalings on his like Q and ghouls, very high AD scalings. Generally want to be going for that, probably rather than attack speed. And other than that, approach velocity, I really like the approach velocity. Boots is okay. It's okay. It's okay. I don't hate it. I prefer not boots. I personally don't like magical footwear. Flash is fine. Personally, I really like Ghost on Yorick. I like going like Ghost. Oh, you went. Okay. You went Flash TP. Personally, I really like Ghost TP or Ghost Ignite. Personally, or even Flash Ghost if you want. I think they're really good. Other than that, your rune's great. Grasp. Grasp, Demolish.
On the start because I type because I'm stupid. And
Jungle, will you focus more on your duo partner this game? I gotta go. Okay, this is chill. I mean, this is no big deal. Okay, it's kind of stuttery. Oh my god, this is stuttery VOD. Is this how your game usually looks?
Sorry, I have no idea how to fix that.
What the fuck is this, man? Okay, it's fine.
I did check in 60 FPS, there might be some
Okay, instantly I look at this. Why are we not? Why are we not queuing like these minions?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm too afraid of him.
Well, you don't want to use your Q because you're afraid of him. Yeah, we want to be queuing these ghouls so we can stack up for our like level 2 and level 3 spikes once we get E and W. That's a nice trade. Like that's a great trade, right? Grass trade with Q. I don't mind that at all. But generally speaking, if you're not looking to trade with him immediately, then oh my god, the stuttering is wacky.
I would just get
Generally speaking, it's really, really good to get these minions. Yeah, you got that one with the Q. Nice. And honestly, there's a decision you have to make every time you pick Yorick. Whether you E level 2 for a trade, or you wait till level 3 so you can hit like full EQW kind of trade, you know. Okay, we've gone for this. This is good. It's nice. We back off a bit too much. So this is an issue of like knowledge, right? You can keep going a bit. You can keep going a bit here. You can keep playing aggressive, right? Garen is a champion that runs out of damage very quickly. He's used his Q on you, and he's about to run out, right? So you can keep going a bit more aggressively here.
He did have Ignite. I was mindful of that, but too afraid of that.
If he turns around to fight you, he's going to take aggro from 4 ghouls. If he takes around to fight you, he's going to take aggro from 4 ghouls and get fucking one shot. Okay, so don't worry too much. But still, yeah, you're doing well here. You're doing well here. And we got W. Yeah, very nice, very aggressive. Always be okay, nice. Hopefully Q this minion. Yeah. So sometimes it's okay to save Q if you're looking to like Q him, right? Hey, he walks off, like Q him. But generally speaking, if this guy walks all the way over here, it's worth using our Q on these minions because like, hey, we're not queuing Garen in the next like 5 seconds. He's quite a long way away. So we would like to use Q, and then we randomly use Q and wait, hang on, what did we use Q on here? Okay, use on that, great. Yep. Other than that, this is good. This is good. So this is pretty decent laning so far. I have no great complaints. We're going to TP. We're going to back. Sorry. We're going to look for Triforce. Personally, I really like Eclipse Yorick right now. Eclipse into Hullbreaker into Sereldas is really gross on this champion. 90% of people go Triforce. Yeah. Yeah. I personally don't really like the pink ward. Honestly, guys, I know it's something a lot of coaches will tell you. They'll be like, oh, guys, always buy a pink ward, always buy a pink ward if you have golden reset. Honestly, it's pretty terrible. Most high elo players do not buy pink wards. It's generally not worth it, honestly, early game. Are you going to be capable of defending your pink wards against Garen? Probably not. Are they going to help you that much? Probably not. Personally, I don't really like it. You guys can do it if it's a habit and you really enjoy pink wards, or control wards, I should say, not pink wards, but personally, I actually don't think it's very, very valuable. Buck up our Q here. Don't get the last hit. Okay.
So back when I was looking down there at the Twitch, I was thinking of teleporting because it's not 5 minutes yet, so he may have not gotten a blade out of it.
Yeah, no, that's good knowledge about the 5-minute. Yeah, that's good. No, you're doing fine here. Don't worry about it too much. This is good. And we're gonna fish for W. We're gonna fish for W for sure. Yeah, perfect. And we get it. Keep going. Okay, yeah. So the only thing you do it a little bit too much is back off a little bit too much. This is great. This is fantastic. Obviously, why don't walk away here? Walk further in. Walk deeper in. Keep beating him up. Remember, if he turns around and try and fight you, okay, he's got ignite. He's a little bit scary. You got 4 ghouls. You're much stronger. Okay, so keep going, man. Keep going. Keep beating him up. We see. Imagine if we were here and we're still autoing him. Hey, he hits our goals, we just keep autoing it, keep autoing it, keep autoing him, you know. Pop your pot, that's really nice. What elo is this? Silver 4? Some things... Yeah. You're an interesting player, because you're actually really good in some ways and really, really bad in some ways. Firstly, you're way too passive. That's your biggest problem.
That's me in a nutshell. I like...
Now, what do we want to do against Garen in lane? Like, if we want to contest Garen in lane and, like, threaten all-ins and, like, threaten to kill him and poke him, what do we want to do? What do we want to make sure he's not doing?
Not farming?
Yeah, like, farm, but, like, yeah, you want to make sure his passive's down, right? You want to always be knocking up his passive. Hey, this guy's much weaker than us. We're going to go down, we're going to ward, maybe. We don't actually have to be scared here, really, by the way, do we? We don't have to be too worried. We probably don't want to take this 1v2, but we don't have to shy away from it too much, you know? So it would have been nice to walk down ward, and we want to make sure we're getting this. We're up here contesting minions and knocking Garen's passive off. His passive, remember, regens him when he is out of combat for, I think it's like 6 seconds or something, or 8 seconds, I can't remember.
8 seconds.
Is it 8 seconds? 8 seconds, yeah. I want to be knocking that off aggressively. This is fine. Now, you actually understand the basics of wave management. We're pulling off a pretty rudimentary freeze here. Silver 4, which is pretty nice to be seeing this as Silver 4. It's nice stuff. Anyway, we want it now. What do we want to be doing? What would be a nice play here to try and do? Because Garen's 6 may be a bit tough to kill. Well, the answer's kind of tricky. So we just want to be kind of hitting E on him and like smacking all the minions down at the same time, right? Trying to hit level 6 ourselves. If we kill this cannon minion here, we're going to get level 6 as well. Look, we're close. Always be paying attention, particularly at level 5, to your XP meter. Always be looking at your XP meter when you're at level 5, right? Because, hey, look, we hit Garen here, we E him, or we summon a bunch of ghouls, hey, he's probably going to kill them. We hit 6 because we kill the cannon, we summon our ult, more ghouls, rah, 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 rah. You know, you bash his head in, okay? But this applies to all champions, guys. You want to be really, really paying attention. That's super, super important to pay attention. Okay. Long story short, we back to TP'd. Look by looks of things, yeah. Back to TP'd, bought Sheen, that's fine. This is not a terrible game so far. You're just too passive, that's your problem. You're doing a lot of things well. At this point, you probably just say fuck it and summon Maiden, right? You just say fuck it and ult, and you put him in a really, you spam summon ghouls and you put him in a really, really unpleasant situation, okay? Because he will not win a fight if you have all your ghouls and Maiden up, okay? And he can't effectively clear your ghouls.
There, like later, like 1 minute or 30 seconds later, but
yeah,
really messed up.
Okay, well yeah, so you don't want to be taking too much minion arrogance. This is a good, nice freeze. It is not going to quite freeze, because although you have 4 minions, this one's very damaged, so this is not going to freeze for long, but it's still good to do, because it's going to just cage him. Whoa, but we just cage him. He's like...
Look at that.
Oh, we cool down. Oh, when did you use cage? Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Oh, you used it here to freeze. How the fuck do you know? How the fuck do you know how to do this? You should not know how to do this in silver. Like, what? How the fuck? Like, I've never seen a silver player in my life do this. This is really strange. Okay, good job. This is good. This is a good mechanic to use. But like, I've never seen a silver player in my life use Yorick W to freeze a wave. I'll level with you. Okay. Long story short, you'll be summoning Maiden here aggressively, and like constantly summoning ghouls and constantly applying pressure to him.
I was not sure about doing Herald here.
It's a badly aimed
I'm
W.
A sucker for the top lane objective.
Yeah. This is good, this is nice, this is super nice. But again, just keep beating on him, you know? Keep beating on him, like I said. Yeah.
Yes, there was
Herald, I generally would not say this is worth, okay? Generally speaking, I do not think it's worth to do Herald here over getting this wave, okay? Because this is very risky. As in, like, you can do this, yeah, you can solo this, but it's very easy for, like, jungler to walk in, top laner to walk in, and, like, maybe not kill you, but force you off it. And then you've missed a lot. You're going to be chunked out, you have missed all this farm, you haven't got Herald, and you have no HP, so you're going to have to back, and probably miss the next wave as well. It's, like, very risky, okay? I imagine it's going to work out by the looks of things, yeah, great. Okay, yeah, a bit haphazard with the E. I think are you throwing this to the CS? Are you throwing this to CS or to hit him?
I was hoping to hit him too.
Don't use Yorick E, because I've seen you actually done this a few times earlier in the VOD, but don't use Yorick E too much to CS, okay? Generally speaking, you want to be using it always as an aggressive tool. It's your main tool you can use to engage your opponent, you know? Because it's very rare you walk up and like W people for free, okay? So you want to be saving this cooldown to trade aggressively. It's something I've seen a lot of you guys do. The Mordekaiser, a player I reviewed yesterday, did a similar thing where he would just farm with his Q a lot of the time. Farm with his Q or farm with his E when he could have been using it to aggressively like contest his opponent, okay? So because now, like, obviously we have no E now. Okay, we have it in a couple of seconds, but like, hey, we didn't have E.
Mess up, and that is very
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because of that.
This is fine. No, I mean, no, this is good, this is good, this is good. Maybe you dove him or something.
I don't know why it's
I mean, it's not a great herald, honestly. This is why it's not a terrible herald here, obviously, but like, it's not great. Are you gonna like grief your maiden or something?
I did.
Okay, let's see how this comes about. How does this come about? Okay, because why haven't I? We go for a really unlikely to land E, then our E's on cooldown, and now because our E is on cooldown, Garen can just walk up for us. And yeah, obviously if we E him here, it's undodgeable. He definitely gets hit by it, and we murder him. But we have no E, so we can't get the ghouls to focus him, so he can actually pressure us, which is actually a good play by him. Now this is a big thing. Yeah, so this is actually this is a really good thing that I'm going to teach you guys. This is how you can learn from the opposite perspective in VODs, okay, guys? Because like this Garen did something really good. He noticed that the enemy has a key cooldown missing, aka Yorick E. Now maybe if you don't play Yorick, you don't know how important E is, but believe me, it's your most important cooldown by far. And most top laners have a specific cooldown that they can't really fight very well without. And knowing those cooldowns in your head and keeping track of them when they're used and when they're down and pressuring them when they're down and encouraging your opponent to fuck up, as our friend Mr. Yorick fucked up here, is a really, really good thing to do, okay? Is one of the key things I'm teaching you. And yeah, unlucky. Okay, I'm not going to watch too much. I'll watch a little bit more of this, because I'll just see what you do now you have Triforce, because you shouldn't really be using this guy. Okay, yeah, and now we've heralded, and the plates are down, which is really, really sad. So this herald play did not work out for lots of reasons. This herald was arguably worth less than the single wave we missed for it, and a lot more risky. And then we get solo killed again. Why does this happen? Yeah, because you have no ult here. You have no ult, no ghouls, so yeah, you just get one shot to tower. Yeah, have fun. Have fun next. What happened to using?
I know that his ult was back up because I'm like very used to
and again,
cooldown on his ult, and I
similar
don't
thing.
Many other champions.
Not really playing around our cooldowns as well, right? So we don't have W here. We needed to kite out Garen for a few more seconds until we had W. Because hey, if he tries this and we actually have W, it's actually okay, right? You just cage him here. You wait until he's about to silence. You cage him when his silence is coming in, and then you walk away and he's stuck on the tower and cage. He might not die, but he'll get pretty chunked. So this is another issue of not playing around cooldowns accurately. You gotta play around both your opponent's cooldowns and your own cooldowns. That's really important. Anyway, that's mostly it for this VOD. I know it was very quick. I sped run it, but the main things are, yeah, you play overly safe. You actually have a good understanding of some quite like detailed game concepts, which is great to see. But yeah, you're too passive. You're not paying attention to cooldowns at all. Don't worry so much about the wave stuff right now. You actually got pretty good wave management for like a Silver 4 player, I'd say. Worry about tracking cooldowns and being aggressive and looking for solo kills and pressuring when you believe in yourself. Okay. And try Eclipse Yorick. I think it's really, really broken. I think it's really, really fun as well.
You also forgot to go solo Baron, like almost every game, especially when
I'm not going to comment on that. If it works for you in your reload, if soloing Baron is consistently working for you, then go nuts. If soloing Baron is going well, then sure thing, have fun. But it's not for me.
Thank you.
Okay, we will do another spin. We will do another spin on the spinner, okay? Does anyone else want to be added to the spinner, if they are not already on it? Or does anyone have any questions, quickly?
No, not at the moment.
No. Wonderful. Okay, no one wants to be added. Then I will do the spinner. We'll spin again. And we'll speed run another VOD. Right, I'm doing these quite quickly because there's a lot of people, right? I want to get through as many people as I can and focus on the most key mistakes they make, okay? At least for late phase. We'll talk about some mid-game and late game in the coming days. Tomorrow. Is this person here tomorrow? No? No? Really?
No,
Can I spin again?
No big deal.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we can spin again then. I love using the spinner. It's very fun. Oh my god, okay. Zarkon, this guy here.
Yeah.
There's this guy here, yeah. By the sounds of things, he is here. Yo, indeed. Yo, right back at you. Have you got a VOD? Have you put it in top VODs?
I do. I have just a clip, because this is the, like, big moment of this game that I missed.
This, you just want to look at a clip, that's all?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
I wanted to carry this game because the enemies were bad.
Okay,
but...
wonderful, okay. This is the clip?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. Let's look at this then. Okay, what are we looking at? You're a Fiora player, by the looks of things. You've been doing pretty well early game. You've got Divine Sunder Fiora. Cool. What, we're playing Grass Fiora? Oh, you're playing Grass Fiora. I actually love you. I actually love Grass Fiora. I think it's so much better than fucking Conqueror. Conqueror
It's so easy.
Yeah, I always... Because I coach a lot of Fiora players, because there are a lot of Fiora players. And I always say, technically speaking, Conqueror is the better Fiora rune if you're the perfect Fiora player. If you're perfect at this champion, mechanically unbelievable, and you're just like a gifted prodigy at Fiora, then technically speaking, Conqueror is better. But for 99.9% of people who ever touch this champion, Grasp is way stronger. Grasp Divine Sunderer actually turns Fiora into a relatively easy champion. So I love you for this. This is a super easy Fiora setup, and clearly it's working out for you. Anyway, situation is, you got your Divine Sunderer, you're against Lilia. She has fuck all items, so you know you can aggressively pressure her if she comes to lane. Your jungler's dead, maybe you're going to look for a 1v2. Okay, we're going to push. Don't have any vision, but honestly, I don't mind the fact you don't have any vision, because this is pretty 1v2able. Pretty 1v2able situation. Okay? So hey, I don't actually mind the fact you don't have much vision. Oh yeah, and she's so low. So generally, guys, it's great to ward. Vision is great. But I actually don't care as much about vision as the other coaches do. So maybe some of them will shout at you for not having like a ward down here, right? I don't. I think vision is not as necessary as people think make it out to be. I did a climb on EU last season. I went unranked to master with 0 vision score, which was 0 vision wards placed, 0 wards cleared, 0 pink wards, 0 scuttle crabs, and 0 vision plants. From unranked account to master, without geoing. Because I did that to prove that I actually don't think vision is as important as people say. Okay.
At least for top.
This might make you proud. I haven't bought a pink ward the entire boot camp.
I never buy pink wards. Yeah, like it's really overrated. Okay, and yeah, for the record, I am talking about top lane. If you're playing support and you're never placing wards, it's like maybe we could do some things better. But particularly when we look at this scenario, the ward is not important. Why? Because hey, we know we're so much stronger than this guy. We're way stronger, and this guy's low. Do we fucking care if Vi is going to come gank us? No, we'll fucking like peg her with the sword. Anyway. So, what do you want analysed about this clip? It keeps going.
Right.
I'm no... Yeah,
I use my parry like an idiot.
Yes, that's that.
And I'm not sure if I should have left or challenged Vi. But I get the plate, and then I almost make that.
I will watch the whole thing, and then I will comment on this step by step. Okay. And fuck Logic, who's a Fiora player who I know, who's here, isn't he? Are you here? Is he here? He was here earlier. Let me check in the channel. Oh, he left. Fuck. He's a Fiora player I've coached a lot. He's here, but he's not here right now. Okay, he won't comment on that. Okay, the first mistake I see instantly is, hey, you're going to kill this guy. Don't ult here. Why don't we ult her?
Oh,
she's
so low, you don't need to.
She's got the vital right here. Oh, we can Q. Hit vital.
That's just QE.
No, yeah. Oh, you can QE. Yeah, okay, for instance, we can QE. But even if you want to ult, here's a general principle, okay, with Fiora ult. Proc the vital that's right in front of your face, and then ult, and then you can hit the same vital. Look, we proc this vital, then we ult her, and hey, wow, the vital's back. We hit her again. Like, without even doing the whole running around Fiora combo in 0.1 second thing. Very, very simple, very, very easy, okay? So I don't like the idea of ulting straight away here, because it leads to this, which, okay, you get the kill, but did not need to be this long. Didn't even need to blow ignite. All we need to do is Q, Alt, or E, or Q again in a second, right? That's fine. Anyway, this is like a piss screen. Now the concept here is fantastic. Okay, the concept is fantastic of proxying this wave and trying to clear it out as fast as possible and then taking a reset is fantastic. And I'm going to talk to you guys a lot about proxying and how. And I think if you guys were here yesterday, I said, you might have heard me say, I think every champion in the game should proxy sometimes. And this is a situation where you probably do want to proxy this wave. So that's fantastic. I really love that. But yes, using your W is fucking like piss grief. Don't do this. If you saw Vi bot or like mid, then use your W. Feel free. But you didn't. So, because obviously if you have parry here, this is the easiest fucking Vi 1v1 on the planet.
Yeah.
Now your other question is, should you have fought her? That's your other question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I would have, yeah. I mean, the real grief is hitting the tower. I'm not gonna lie, dude. You can either fight her here, like Q in, proc vital, and like kite her around with Divine Sunder, get a shit ton of Divine Sunder healing, and you can probably win. Or you can run away, right? You can run away from her pretty easily here. The real grief is that you choose neither. You choose to hit the tower, which is like the most egotistical thing on the planet. So yeah, that's the real thing.
I would have probably just tried to escape to the bush when I saw Vi coming. I would have just walked to the bush, taken the plan over, and
like we see Vi now. We see Vi now. We just Q away, right? We just Q away. Maybe she like Q and max range ults us, but then we Q away again, right? And it's like fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can also fight her here. Realistically, if you're a good Fiora player, you can kill her because Fiora's not balanced. Sorry.
Sure.
But yeah, no. The only mistake is that's obviously the biggest mistake is hitting the tower, right? You got to pick either. Like indecision is the enemy in a lot of regards. Either choose to fight people or choose to run away. Don't do neither because you'll fail at both.
So I play with Fiora too. Well, not all the time, but I run the other runes. But I agree with you. I think it's easier with the runes that you're talking about.
Grass Fiora is like so easy.
Yeah,
It's
I think
crazy.
grass is better too. I had more success with it, but I like using Stridebreaker as opposed to
I think
Divine Thunder.
Stridebreaker is fine.
So
Yeah, Stridebreaker is nice.
You can proc those vitals easier too. You can get one,
Yeah.
and then Stridebreaker, and then that makes it easier to get to the other side of them.
There are three. The nice thing about Stridebreaker is like it's a nice mix of things. The nice thing about Stridebreaker and also Gore Drinker is it gives you like pseudo wave clear. The biggest problem that Divine Sunder or Fiora has is she just can't clear waves, and you can fucking see. You can look at this guy try and clear this wave, and it's like sad, right? If you have
You
Gore
almost
Drinker,
have
it's a lot
to get
easier 'cause you
Tiamat.
can-
You almost have to get Tiamat at that point.
Yeah, Stridebreaker and Gore Drinker are both totally fine. I personally prefer Divine, but hey, if you like Gore Drinker, that's okay. But I really push people to try Grass because I think it's so fucking easy and so broken in comparison.
Agreed. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't
No.
stupid about that.
No, that's totally fine. You want to run Stridebreaker or Gore Drinker, which are similar items, like go nuts, dude. Yeah, proc fight, yeah, you can do some like nasty vital procs. You have a bit of more pseudo wave clear. Totally fine, man. That's totally fair. Now, what was I saying? That was a very quick one, so we can spin again. Does anyone else want to be added to the list quickly? Does anyone have any quick questions or want to be added to the list?
yeah, I have a quick question.
And Tex wants to be added. Yeah, 1 sec. Yeah, go do your question.
So this is a build related question for Urgot. Most of the time when I'm playing Urgot, I'll build Prowler's Claw, but I know you can build like the Frostfire gauntlet thing or Eclipse. I just don't know when it's better to build Eclipse over Prowlers, for example.
That's a pretty specific question. Now, my friend, do you know Urpog? Do you know who Urpog is?
I've heard of him.
He's a good friend of mine. He's British. He's a very good Urgot player. Plays Urgot on like he hit master on every role on Urgot, including support and ADC. Don't ask me how. I can't remember. I talked to him about this ages ago. I'm just trying to think about what he said. Like Eclipse. So do you mean Eclipse versus Prowlers or Eclipse versus like tank mythic?
Eclipse versus Prowlers, like, because most of the games, like, there's at least three or four squishier, maybe even ranged people. So I'll tend to go Prowlers, but in situations where they're not that, I guess, comp, there's like a couple healthier people on the team, like I still don't. I get confused on what I should go. So I don't know if I should be building Eclipse more often over Prowlers or exactly when I should be doing it versus
Okay,
Prowlers.
generally I think Eclipse is just a better item. Honestly, okay, I'm not an Urgot player.
Eclipse.
Generally, I think Eclipse is easier and better.
Okay.
If you want a more detailed answer than that, it's going to be a champion. It's going to be a comp situation, right? You're going to want to go Prowls in specific comps. And I can probably theorize some of the reasons for that, but you're better off asking like a dedicated Urgot player like Urpog or any of the high loot Urgots about that specifically. I could give an answer, but you're much better off just going to them because that's like an incredibly specific question to do with team comps.